you and I have been connected on Facebook for a while. We didn't see each other until we met at the event in Las Vegas over this weekend. So what's your feeling, when you saw me and we were so excited to meet each other, like we've known each other for 10 years?
I know, dude. It was like just amazing. You know what the coolest part was? You're right.
Yes.
We had never seen each other. The minute we saw each other, we knew each other.
Exactly.
And that was something that permeated across the whole weekend for me. And not just there, but I remember back when we first were introduced to this, back on March 9th down in Houston.
Right.
And you met people from Puerto Rico and Mexico and all over the U.S. And then we saw them again in May in Atlanta. And then we saw them this weekend. And it's just one huge brotherhood together. You're right. This was just the most awesome thing.
It's incredible, when you keep seeing you keep seeing your group of people and the group keeps growing and growing and growing, and being in an environment where you are literally dealing with, having a conversation with people of the same mindset, and people of the same business mindset. You're growing together, and I can only imagine how we're going to be seeing each other 10 years or 20 years after this.
Exactly, or even come the spring when we have another big event.
Exactly.
What was crazy was March 9th, we were there with 1,000 of our closest friends.
Right.
In May, we were there with 2,000 of our closest friends.
Right.
This past weekend, 5,000 of our closest. Crazy. And come spring, 15,000. We're talking a football stadium.
Oh my God. So before we jump into it, I just wanted to know, so we were at an event in Las Vegas, right? So, I mean, this was a launch, it was a grand opening of Ibuumerang. Right. So what did you really get out of that event? What did you get out of the event? I just want to, let's hear from you.
Sure. I think the big thing I walked away with is we're just different. There's nothing else like that out here. Have people tell me immediately when I start talking about Ibuumerang, oh, you guys are just another MLM. No, we're not. We're a technology company. One of the things we knew going into this event is we had a pre-launch that lasted about 5.5 months. And in those 5.5 months, we did more in business than Apple, Amazon, and Uber did in 2 years. We did that before we ever kicked off. We all went down to Houston in March and did not know what the name of our company was. It was a belief system. That belief system is what permeates it all. And we know this is what's going to happen.
Oh man, and I think about the pre-launch in March. So I can imagine people who actually, this is the whole point about entrepreneurship, right? People who take the risk to jump into something without necessarily thinking about it, without even knowing what they're jumping into, but thinking about the possibility of success.
Mm-hmm.
We had the countdown for freedom, and we didn't even know the name of the company yet until it was released.
We didn't. And one of the cool things about it was we walked into Arlene's Arena not knowing what to expect. And on day one, we learned we also have a cellular service to offer with Boom Mobile. And then we learned we've got this new Vibrite that is going to be like an Uber. In fact, Uber and Lyft will be our overflow.
Right.
And the crazy thing about it is we give someone a Ibuumerang, they use the Vibrite or the Boom Mobile, and we make commission on it.
Oh my goodness.
And the only way it works is that they save money as compared to other things in the industry.
Absolutely.
It's crazy.
Absolutely. So the thing is, I know you and I have been in the industry for a while, and we've been into different companies, different product companies. We've got some of these events, and somebody would think that the events are like just, regular standard events. But what really struck you out of this event, the launch of Ibuumerang? Because it's really hard to be part of a startup company.
Right.
It's really hard to be part of a startup company, because before you join any other company, they're already 10 or 20 years ahead of you. And because here in Ibuumerang, we have something called the first mover advantage.
Right.
First mover advantage, because you being Ibuumerang, being a member of Ibuumerang, the opportunities that you already have by being a first mover, it's incredible. So what do you really get out of that event? Just being there, knowing that this is a launch of a new company. So what did you actually get out of that?
The thing I got out of it is we truly are a family. We're a brotherhood, sisterhood. And I know we talk about that, but what Holton Buggs, what HB did was he assembled people that he knew were power players, but they also were powerful friends. And that permeated throughout the whole thing, just like you and me and the way we connected and other people that we connected with. It is about the business, but that's really secondary. It's about creating a life. It's about creating a lifestyle. And with all of this too, is that whole legacy component, so that it continues on for generations and generations and generations. Only one other time have I ever been associated with someone who has the vision that HB has. And that person was Steve Jobs. I was part of a program back when, before the internet was ever created. I was a consultant with Apple and doing some things with them. And then I remember Steve Jobs had this vision, and the vision was to come out and create like an iPad or a touchscreen computer. But he knew that was too much at one time. So he scaled it back and he created the iPod. Remember the old iPods and the iPod Nanos?
Right.
Here they are today. We're talking on them today. That's what HB has done. We're starting out with travel. That's not the end game. We're learning day by day what else is out there. And it's just crazy what he's creating.
Oh man, when you keep talking about it, I remember this screenshot that we had on the board where he was looking at it and he said, in life, human beings want to be compensated, right?
Right.
And there are 3 different forms. You're thinking about daily, monthly, and weekly. So we had the weekly because we get paid on Ibuumerang commissions every week. Right. Then he thought about monthly. Then he said there's also going to be another program for daily. So first of all, let's start with the daily program, right? What did you get, and what was it that was introduced in the event that you think, or that was introduced and telling us that we're going to be getting paid every day? This is incredible. I just want to listen from you.
Well, first of all, the mobile service. People use their phone every day, but Vibe every day someone takes an Uber or a Lyft or a taxi to get around. So that's one. But then he threw a couple of other little nuggets out there. Like he said, you pick up your phone, there's this thing called the PRIB, which is the Perpetual Residual Income Builder. But we also know it as Alexa and Siri. And you'll go, hey, PRIB, I want to go see Denzel Washington's new movie. Okay, and PRIB's going to tell you showtimes and give you a discounted ticket, and they'll probably bring popcorn to you there in the theater. But then also, he's in talks with a major gas company. So anytime you fill up your car with gas, guess what? The customer is going to save on the gas, and we're going to get paid. Crazy.
And listen, I'm as you keep talking, I keep remembering how the process of how everything was actually going on. But I just wanted to find out, right? What does it take for somebody to take an Uber, for somebody to make a ride? What does it take for somebody to put a gas in their car?
Nothing, man. I mean, when we were in Vegas, I took Uber the entire time, not knowing we were going to have Vibe ride until the next time. And I would just click that app, and there it was. I mean, we did it together. We took Uber together. Yeah. So it's crazy what he's come up with, and brilliant the vision he's got.
Oh man, because I mean, for somebody like myself, like we did Uber the whole time in Las Vegas. Even here in New York, I do Uber all the time, and I keep asking myself, I don't even think about car. I don't even think about it whenever I'm using the Uber app. It's just what it is. I just use it, And the car services, or somebody want to do, people want to put gas in their car. They don't think about it.
Right. You just hit on something that made me think. One of the things we talk about whenever someone gets involved with Ibuumerang, one of the first things we do, in fact, it's the very first thing we do in training, is we say, tell the person who enrolled you, what's your dream destination? Okay. Right. For me, it's not a trip. My dream destination. You can see my vision board back here. My dream destination is to be your neighbor up in New York and live in New York. And guess what? In New York, I won't have a car. I'll have Vibe rides to take me around New York.
Oh man, tell me about it. Oh
Yeah.
man. So I just want to go. So we've talked about the daily. So I
Hmm.
know he also mentioned something about the monthly aspect. Like
Right.
we're getting paid with the
Mhm.
with the travel. We're getting
Right.
paid every week. Then for the vibe ride, like you just explained, we're gonna be getting everyday payment. But what is it that we're gonna be? He said something about the monthly payment.
Mhm.
Like how is that working?
He's got this crib set up to where it's perpetual, meaning every month,
Right.
residual income builder.
Consistent.
It's
Right.
consistent. So the more people that you tell about Ibuumerang and they make the decision, hey, I want to be part of this too, and they come on board as a travel saving ambassador like you and I are,
Right.
then you're going to be compensated for giving them that opportunity. And he even said for Vibrite, that the driver can say to one of their friends, hey, I'm doing Vibrite. Do you want to come on and join me? And if that
Right.
person does, then the person introduced them to Vibrite, they're going to get residual too.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Wow.
I agree. Wow.
I know he also. I know this is just it's just fascinating, man.
Mm-hmm.
So I know he mentioned something about the mobile service.
Mm-hmm.
Like the mobile service. So just give us some information about that.
But what they told us, and it's rolling out. It's going to roll out very soon. We'll have more information
Right.
on it. But what he showed us was it's $49.95 a month. He showed the AT&T and T-Mobile logos. Apparently, we're working with those two industries in order to have that as our backbone. So you've got something coming out real soon that's going to be truly life-changing. But here's the cool thing about it. You get it through you being a customer with Ibuumerang. And Rudy, how much does it cost to be a customer?
Zero, man. Zero.
I love it. No fees, no membership, no catch, just because they know you and me.
Exactly.
That's what it's about.
Zero. It costs for somebody $0 or zero whatever currency to be a customer of Ibuumerang. And the fact that they're using all this service, the fact that we keep giving them all the services, a customer want to save money.
Right.
Yesterday I was in an event. I met this lady. I was just having a conversation, and she was like, "What do you do?" I say I give people free travel opportunities for them to save money. She said, "What? Free? And I save money?" I said, "Yeah." She said, "Okay, how do I get it?" I said, "You got it already. The fact that we're sitting right here, right now.
Exactly.
It's free for you." She
Well,
was so excited.
And you said that on top of that, you also build points. There's a point reward system for doing this stuff. So the more you use it, the more points you get. You can turn that into actually free travel.
Oh man.
Yeah.
So, but I know you and I are so super excited, and we just want to keep helping people out there. So because the fact that we've been in different companies, right? Different companies, but there's something about Ibuumerang, the culture of Ibuumerang, the fact that we are the philanthropic part of Ibuumerang. I just want you to throw more light on what we did over this weekend, in regards to our philanthropic arm.
Oh, it's crazy. Just by activating Ibuumerang, we feed a starving child through Children's International. Just by activating, you buy nothing. Walking into the arena, I think we had fed something like 240,000 children. Right. And Peter Hirsch, our ambassador with the Boom Foundation, was up talking about it. And HB got on stage and he introduced the board. And that was the coolest thing. One of the board members said, I want to donate $5,000 to the Boom Foundation. And HB's pastor, who's on the board, said, I'll do 5,001. They got into a bidding war. When it was all said and done, they had donated $16,500. HB doubled that. He turned to his wife, Earlene, and said, okay, come join me. And then went throughout the whole group. And while the leadership was doing that, the diamonds came up into the arena of the 4,900 plus people, and we all gave $1, $5, $10. Peter comes back out later on, and we had a goal. And again, I said we fed 240,000 kids going in. His goal was to feed 1 million kids by the end of the year. Right. In 30 minutes, we fed over 3 million children in 30 minutes time. Oh man. That doesn't just happen by some fly-by-night group. something that's not for real, something that's not going to be sustained. That happened, and it was amazing. I mean, there was not a dry eye in the house that day.
You know, I was really touched, you know, when we saw how much of impact that we are creating in the lives of other people. You know, the fact that we're able to feed kids out there, it's to me, it's a privilege, you know, for us to be able to do that, because it's different. Because for you to be in different companies, people always think about the money, the money here, you know, here and now, but we fail to understand, because we become more important when we create value in the lives of other people. You know, and first of all, providing this opportunity to other people, to different people, to change their lives and their family and their legacy and their generation, to me, it's just incredible. You know, it's just incredible, because doing that from a point of gratitude, you're thinking about how much of importance that is, and how much you're creating in the impact of the lives of other people. And so, you know, before we go out, I just want to, you know, hear from you. What is it that you want somebody who watching this video right now? Like, what action do you think this person can do, and how would they contact us? You know, if they really want to belong to this group.
I would say directly message you, directly message me. I can sit here and give testimonial talk all day, but the best way is let me answer your questions, help you understand. We've got some presentations we can send you, some information we can give you, but the best thing is let's just have a dialogue. Right before we got on live here, I was talking to a gentleman in Philadelphia, so excited about what the opportunities are and how this can work with an association that he works with, and we're talking again next week. But just to talk, you know, it's one thing to watch something, but I think to hear the authenticity and the feeling of a real pride that you have, that I have, for being part of this. There's a reason, Rudy, you're there and I'm here, and we were in Vegas this weekend, and the universe said, you guys need to be here, and we showed up.
I'm telling you, man, I really, really appreciate your time, man. I really, really do. Thank you so much for doing this, Bart.
I had so much fun. Let's do it again, maybe tomorrow, the next day, or let's keep it going. How about that?
Of course, man. Let's keep it going. Thank you.